Hello and welcome everyone. Isa and myself are going to talk about Bitcoin. What's happening with the cryptocurrency world and Bitcoin in general? Are we seeing anything that's interesting right now? Is Bitcoin going to go down, up? And is there any trade ideas, trade setups that we can think of right now or that we're seeing on the charts? Isa, welcome, and let's talk about the markets.
Hey, Giuliano, thank you. So today we want to talk about Bitcoin and a couple other charts. I'm going to start by sharing my screen. And Bitcoin has been doing something that's going through a pattern right now called the right angle broadening wedge. So you can see here, which is going to be a top resistance. And then down here is a trending support, which keeps dropping all the way. Now, the reason me and Giuliano aren't necessarily trading this is it's a pattern that's taken a while to play out. And right here, you can see that it's got about an 11% rise to get to that top of the channel and a 15-16% drop. So to me, it's not a good risk to reward. And you can see no volume really picking up. So one thing we do want to talk about as well in this is how important volume is and where it can take you. So I did have a couple other charts that I wanted to show you guys. And we'll start with this right here. It's QTUM USDT. And I'll start by showing you guys the monthly just to break it from a long time ago. So right here, it had a top of 22. It's doing kind of like a cup and handle almost. And right here is where we are. So if you look at the weekly, we've had about 5-6 weeks of drops. And you can see that it did have a huge rise, about 1,000% in the past year. So 2021, 2020 has been a great year for this, but it did have a decline. So right here, we're going through some more drops and accumulation. So right here is, I think it's starting to turn around again. It's starting to pick up. You can see a break in that trend line.
That's one very interesting thing over there. If you put that
The
the
weekly.
weekly chart again, is you can see there that on the way up we do have a bull flag, guys. We talk about bull flag, right? It's a
Hmm.
momentum trade, as you can see. If you do you see the draw
You're
the
talking about this guy right here?
yeah, so there's a bull flag to the upside, and then after the bull flag completes, you see how the market just basically the market participants basically just took the profit and the price just crashed, right?
Yeah.
What I want to talk about later is about Ethereum, what kind of pattern Ethereum is forming right now, and what is the probability of a bull flag or a bear flag. As you can see here, this was a bull flag that went to the upside and then it went down. So I'm going to let Isa finish this one, and I'm going to talk about Ethereum after this. So
Yeah, good point. And then you can kind of go by the measured move, right? Like we've been talking. So this one, approximately, once it did break out, look at that, Giuliano.
see, right on the money.
Exactly. It did 100% of the breakout. So this was actually it went over that even, but this is where
Uh-huh.
you want to trade is the solids, not the wicks. But then, yeah, so great point, Giuliano. So what I noticed here was a break, right? And this is a trend line break of the weekly. And that is a strong break when you have a weekly trend line break. And I looked at it at the daily, and what we want to do is we always want to take a retest. So here's the breakout. You can see some volume increasing, and you want to see this retest right here. Now it is going to drop probably back down to 627. It's currently at 730. And once it does do this retest, I think that's when you're good to go. So you'll start drawing new support lines as soon as we do see that take off again. It's still too early to tell, but I wouldn't get into this until you do see a retest. The next one that I want to talk about, Giuliano, is NMR USDT. This one had a similar thing going on, so let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly first. Okay, so there's not too much history here, but you can see that we've been dropping for a couple months after a huge rise. And then the weekly, it shows you as well a break right here. Okay, so once you do see that, it has 6 weeks of resistance being broken, which is a good sign. We're going to wait for a retest, and then we're going to look at the daily to see where that retest actually is. So the retest should be
Oh, this one is
as it
actually a
drops
nice
back
one. Look at
down.
the break has some volume.
Yeah, some major volume. So about 10 times as much volume as usual. So about 500,000 here. And before it was about, 50,000 each day. And then you just keep looking into smaller time frames to see where that retest is going to be. You can already see it starting to come down. So don't rush into it. We do see some volume. If we see continuation of volume with a retest, that's when to get in. The next one I want to show you guys is BLIN. This is a stock, so this is not a cryptocurrency, but I want to show you the power of volume right here. So let's start with the monthly. This one, it looks like it just went way down for years, and now it looks like it had a huge consolidation for the past year or two. And then what we noticed here is it went from volume of 1.67 million to 108 million. So it's got quite a bit of a volume boost right here. And this just happened yesterday or 2 days ago. So you can see 10 times the relative volume right here. The next day it had 100 times relative volume. And what I would be careful of is right here, there is a gap. And what I always do is I never get in until that gap is closed. So once I do see this gap, basically it's going to go, I believe, like this. So gap back down, touch that as support, and then hopefully go back up. But this one's just one you want to watch for the next couple days, because if this volume does continue to pick up, we could see quite a reversal on this guy.
Yeah, no,
Now,
this is very interesting because there is a amount of consolidation here for for months. So usually you see that something's happening to the stock.
yeah, so huge consolidation, and then something's happening right here. I don't know what it is. I haven't done enough research, but it has caught my attention. It's something that I'm looking at for that gap fill. And once there is a gap fill and a retest right here, which is going to basically be the gap fill, could go up. But we don't have any targets yet. This is just something we're watching. It's something that we want to point out how important volume is, how important retests are, and how important it is to just to look at the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And as you get bigger time frames, those become stronger trends. And these trend lines are really easy to see. And once you do see them, just continue to watch it, put it on your stock alerts, and you'll see something happen hopefully in the near future. But I'll stop sharing and go back to you.
No, perfect. Thank you, Isa. Those are great setups over there that we're watching. Isa has seen them on his radar, and he brought it to you, brought it to my attention. We're looking at them, and then see when the setup is ready. We're gonna take it. Of course, there has to be a good risk to reward. What I want to talk about is Ethereum, as I mentioned over there, right? Isa showed you guys, the bull flag that one of the cryptos are forming. What I want to show it to you is one very interesting things over here, right? So everybody's starting to get bullish on the cryptocurrency. And if you look at Coin Telegraph here, hot stories, Bitcoin will go all the way to 160,000 this year. Guys, we are 6 months into the year. We have 6 more months to go. The price of Bitcoin right now is at 30,000, right? $34,000, right? So, and people are talking about the white cough accumulation and distribution, how this is going to play out. These are the things that you need to watch out for. When the news is too good to be true, I've seen some telegrams or some YouTube videos talking about, hold buy and hold Bitcoin for life. Yeah, that's great strategy, but be careful, because when this too good to be true news come out, you do need to watch out. If you're in for the long term, it's probably a good hold. If you're not in for the long term and you want to see what's going to happen on the short term, we're still in a bearish territory here. And I'm going to talk about Ethereum over here. So this is the daily chart, and this is the weekly chart over here that we're talking about, right? Look at what is forming, guys. It's still into a bear flag formation, right? We talked about this last time. This is a bear flag right there. Isa showed you the bull flag. This is the bear flag. And if we do a measure move over here, just a rough estimate over here of this bear flag, what kind of price targets are we looking for Ethereum? Look at it. It has broken the flag. And we have some interesting news about Bitcoin going to all-time highs, major thing. So the measure move here is about the thousands, guys. So Ethereum is in a bear formation here for the flag. And as you saw there, the bull flag from ESA broke to the upside. And after the move completed, there was a huge rise. So there is a possibility here. Once the price gets to about 1,000 or so, we're going to see the price skyrocket again. So this is what I'm looking for. And the same thing for Bitcoin. And we have this formation is still going on over here. People are still getting very bullish on Bitcoin, but I think we talked about the Wyckoff distribution accumulation last time. How everybody's thinking about prices just going to form this pattern and then go to the moon. Just like that. Well, there's some videos out there that talk about possibility of this one, and there's a lot of shorts that and big whales institution talk about buying Bitcoin at the 20 levels. So watch out, because when the news is too good, you have to pay attention. Isa, this is what's on my radar. Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers today?
No, you make a good point. There's a lot of greed out there, and you just got to be really careful. I'm still looking for 20s. I don't see really any bullish signs until we break that 40 and do a retest and continue higher. So just be careful. Look for stocks that do have volume, do have retest, and you'll find good patterns to play.
Very good. Guys, this is another market update and trade ideas and setup for you. If you like our content, make sure you hit, the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and support our channel. That's a great way to support our channel. And I will see you on the next episode on Friday. Thank you, guys, and I'll see
Thanks,
you
guys.
again.